Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're doing something maybe a bit unexpected. We're diving into basic German stories for beginners.
Right.
Now, you might think, beginner stories? Really? But honestly, what seems like just simple language drills, it's actually, well, it's a surprisingly clear window into German daily life. The routines, the little cultural hints.
It really is.
So our mission today is to pull out those key nuggets, insights about daily schedules, cultural stuff, maybe even pick up some useful phrases, all hidden in these stories you might otherwise just skim through. Okay, let's get into it.
It's a great approach, I think, because these narratives, even though they're basic, they give you a very real feel for the rhythm of life in Germany. It goes beyond just learning vocabulary words.
Totally.
You get this sort of blueprint of the everyday stuff, and that's often where the real understanding lies, isn't it?
The start of a day, village versus city mornings.
Okay, so let's start with Lisa. She's in a quiet village. Her day kicks off early, 6 a.m. There's a whole routine. Wake up, stretch, bathroom.
Pretty standard morning rituals.
Exactly. Washing face, brushing teeth, combing hair. And even her clothes are noted. Blue t-shirt, pants, white socks. It feels very practical, maybe.
Functional, yeah. No fuss.
Then breakfast, her mother's already got it ready. Bread, butter, jam, cheese, an apple, milk. Quite the spread, actually.
A typical German breakfast setup, you could say.
And Lisa has 2 slices of bread with butter and her milk. Simple choice.
Yeah.
But the key thing is the Guten Morgen exchange with her mother.
That structured politeness right from the start.
Yeah. Now, let's jump to Max. Totally different scene. He's in the city, and the description is immediately loud, colorful, lively. Cars, buses, bikes, lots of people.
A real contrast to Lisa's quiet village morning.
He lives on the 3rd floor, takes the elevator down, heads for the subway. The commute itself feels, I don't know, very efficient, planned.
Mm-hmm.
And the sounds. Cars honking, people on their phones, even a street musician playing guitar. You're right there in it.
And what's fascinating here is, well, it's not just the city versus village thing, which you find everywhere.
Right.
It's how these little details maybe hint at that German emphasis on efficiency. Order. Even in just getting from A to B.
Yeah, I see that. Like his pre-work coffee stop.
Exactly. Grabs a coffee at a corner cafe, quick Guten Morgen from the cellar. It feels very direct, polite, but efficient.
It does. And his walk to work, we get these landmarks. Crossing at a traffic light, passing a bakery, a flower shop, a pharmacy. It's not random.
No, it paints a picture of a really accessible city layout, doesn't it? Everything you need seems to be right there.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty for the learner. You get the vocabulary, sure, like Bäckerei for bakery. But
Yeah.
you also absorb the context, the orderliness of it all. You're sort of internalizing the flow of a German city morning.
You feel the rhythm.
Daily pursuits, school lessons, and office work.
Okay, so leaving Max, heading to work, let's go back to Lisa. It's her school day now. She walks to the bus stop, meets her friends Anna and Max. A different Max, obviously.
Right, the school friend Max.
And they catch the 7:30 bus. Her subjects seem pretty standard. Maths, German, music, sports.
A typical European school schedule, maybe.
And the source, Ein Tag in der Schule, a day at school, gives us more details. Frau Schneider, the teacher, arrives at 8 a.m. sharp, and the kids all greet her together. Guten Morgen, Frau Schneider.
Again, that respectful, structured greeting, it seems quite ingrained, even with children.
It does. German class involves reading a story,
Yeah.
writing new words, and there's this moment where Lisa reads a sentence aloud, and Frau Schneider says, Sehr gut, Lisa. Very good, Lisa.
Instant feedback. Positive reinforcement.
Yeah, it feels like it highlights valuing effort,
Mm.
structured learning, but also acknowledging the individual.
That really does stand out, doesn't it? The clear schedule, the teacher's direct praise. It kind of echoes that cultural focus on discipline, maybe, and performance.
Mhm.
And even the break time snacks are detailed. Anna has apples and cookies. Tim brings butter bread and a banana.
Huh, yeah. Little details, but they tell you something about common German snacks for kids, right?
Exactly. Practical cultural info right there.
Then math with Herr Braun. Tasks on the board, kids calculating. School Max asks, Was ist 9 mal 8? What's 9 times 8? Classic classroom stuff.
Structured problem solving.
The day finishes at 1 p.m. after art painting houses and trees and music class, singing a song, and ends with a collective, Bis morgen, see you tomorrow.
A very defined end to the school day.
Now let's switch back to our adult Max. His job is in the city center. Typical office work, Computer on, emails, reports, phone calls.
The professional routine.
And his lunch break is interesting. He goes out with colleagues to a restaurant. He has soup, a roll, and then a piece of cake for dessert.
So a proper sit-down lunch, often social, that's quite common.
Yeah, seems like a dedicated break.
And it's interesting you see this parallel, don't you, between Lisa's structured school day and Max's organized work day.
How so?
Well, both settings, school or office, seem to really integrate discipline, clear tasks, but also specific times for social interaction, like the school break or Max's lunch. There's a sense of balance, perhaps. Clearly defined periods for different activities.
That's a good point. Structure and social aspects intertwined.
Winding down afternoons and evenings.
Okay, so after school, Lisa's afternoon is a mix. Homework first reading, writing sentences, learning words. Duty before pleasure, maybe?
Seems like it. Reinforcing the learning from school.
Then she plays with her little brother Tom in the garden. Running, throwing a ball, laughing. So there's that balance again, structured learning, then active play.
A nice glimpse into childhood downtime. Still within a routine, though.
Her evening is pretty straightforward, too. Family dinner, a little bit of TV, and then bed at 9 p.m. And again, that polite exchange, good night with her mother.
Routine and family connection closing out the day. Very neat.
Now back to Max in the city. After work, he does something very practical. Goes to the supermarket.
Ah, the daily errands.
Buys essentials. Bread, milk, butter, cheese, vegetables, fruit. Just listing them gives you useful vocabulary.
Absolutely.
And the checkout scene is so relatable. There's a long line.
Yeah.
The cashier says, that's muffed 15 euro. That'll be 15 euros, and Max pays with his card.
These universal moments are gold for learners, aren't they?
Totally.
Because it's not just abstract grammar. It places the language right into a situation you know you'll encounter. How to handle grocery shopping. It shows you how to actually use the language in the culture. Even for mundane things.
Right, it makes it real. So from the supermarket, Max catches the bus home. It's full, but he finds a seat. Another slice of city life.
Navigating the evening commute.
And he looks out the window, sees street lights coming on, kids playing, someone jogging with their dog.
Yeah.
Just little observations of the evening settling in.
Painting a picture of the city winding down.
Finally, he gets home, takes off his jacket, makes tea. Tea, not coffee, interestingly.
Yeah.
Sits on the sofa, reads the newspaper, listens to the radio. Then a phone call to his mother.
Keeping that connection.
And then bed at 10 p.m. The source notes it was a long day in the city.
And taken together, all these small details, they build up, don't they? They create this really full picture of a day. You see those universal needs we all have? Routine, work, relaxation, connecting with people. Yeah.
But the way it unfolds, the specific timings, the little rituals like the greetings or the tea in the evening, that's where you see the subtle cultural flavor of daily German life. Outro.
So we've walked through Lisa's day in the village, Max's city routine, even spent time in a German classroom, all from these basic beginner stories. It's kind of amazing, actually.
It really is.
How digging into something seemingly simple can uncover these really neat insights about culture, about the rhythm of daily life. And when you look at these details together, you start seeing patterns.
Definitely. And it just reinforces that idea, doesn't it? That really understanding a language goes way beyond the dictionary definition.
Yes.
It's about getting the experiences, the routines that the language describes, understanding the values behind the daily schedule. Learning it through stories like this gives you that living context, something a grammar table just can't capture. Yeah, absolutely. So what does this all mean for you listening? Well, maybe it shows that these straightforward narratives, they can be a really practical and actually quite engaging way to start understanding not just a language, but the culture it lives in.
Mm-hmm.
The deep dive isn't always about complex texts. Sometimes the most telling details are right there in the basics of everyday life.
Well said.
And maybe that leaves us with a final thought to chew on. If you described your own daily routine, just the simple sequence of events, what hidden values or rhythms about your life, your culture, might it reveal without you even realizing it? And despite the differences between Lisa's village and Max's city, what basic human threads, routine, connection, winding down do these stories show us we all share, no matter where we are? Something to think about.